Hi there, and welcome to the Celeb Tea. The Whitney Rose made her entrance into the Bravo universe with an air of confidence, luxury, and ambition. To casual viewers, she seemed like the quintessential reality star, polished, entrepreneurial, and empowered. She presented herself as a woman who had built a portfolio of brands, designer clothing, jewelry, and skincare, while navigating the glamorous yet scrutinized world of reality television. Whitney appeared to embody transformation, a balance between celebrity and business acumen that many found inspiring. However, beneath the glossy exterior, cracks were beginning to show. The confident entrepreneur, the woman touting empowerment and independence, was navigating mismanaged businesses, high-stakes risks, and public disputes that threatened to undo everything she had built. The facade of success began to falter, revealing a story of broken trust, unstable ventures, and repeated reinvention. Whitney's journey became a cautionary tale about the collision of fame, entrepreneurship, and the relentless pressure to maintain relevance in an image-driven world. When Whitney first appeared on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, she was captivating, bubbly, blonde, and unapologetically bold. Raised in a strict Mormon household, she had broken away from her upbringing, rebuilding her life on her own terms. Her marriage to Justin Rose, which had begun under controversial circumstances while both were previously married, added an immediate layer of drama perfect for reality TV. Initially, fans saw her as relatable and candid. She spoke openly about her faith struggles, family difficulties, and the journey towards self-love. Yet, as Whitney's fame grew, so did her ambition. The woman who had seemed authentic and soft-spoken gradually shifted into a more calculated, image-conscious persona. Her story of freedom and self-discovery began to feel constrained by an unrelenting need to succeed and stay relevant. What was once a tale of empowerment transformed into a pursuit of luxury, attention, and control. The authenticity that initially drew audiences in started to fade, replaced by a highly curated and performative public image. Whitney leveraged her rising fame to launch Wild Rose Beauty, a skincare brand positioned around empowerment and self-love. On camera, the company appeared to be a labor of passion, demonstrating Whitney as a modern entrepreneur, balancing family obligations and professional ambition. Off-screen, the reality was less seamless. Fans noticed delays, vague product launches, confusing rebrands, and a website that didn't fully deliver. Even fellow cast members questioned whether the company was more storyline than actual business. What had begun as honesty about setbacks and financial strain gradually prompted skepticism. Was the brand truly thriving or merely surviving under the weight of exposure? Things worsened when Justin lost his corporate job after a controversial on-screen scene, increasing pressure on Wild Rose Beauty to support the household financially. Yet tangible evidence of growth was sparse. Retail presence was limited, reviews were scarce, and the brand's visibility fluctuated. The glamorous image presented on television and social media contrasted sharply with reality. Wild Rose Beauty became a symbol of Whitney's blurred line between image and substance. A brand that sparkled on screen was fragile behind the scenes. Financial inconsistencies quickly became apparent. Rumors circulated about mismanaged LLCs, unpaid taxes, and disorganized business filings. Justin's dependence on television income to maintain a lavish lifestyle only heightened the scrutiny. Whitney denied any financial misconduct, yet fans and observers began questioning how her luxury image, designer clothing, high-profile events, and constant rebrands could exist without visible profit. Wild Rose Beauty rarely appeared in stores, and public reviews remained minimal, fostering whispers that her empire was more reliant on celebrity than sustainable business practices. Whitney's personal life mirrored this tension. Her marriage, initially viewed as a story of forbidden love and bold rebellion, began showing signs of strain. Arguments about finances, resentment, and emotional distance surfaced on camera. The relationship, once passionate and magnetic, began feeling transactional and performative. While fans had once admired their courage, the couple now appeared to be another reality TV pair unraveling under fame. Whitney's attempts to showcase strength and unity often only highlighted the cracks, turning her story into one of emotional fatigue, where maintaining a brand, a marriage, and her own sense of self became increasingly difficult. As Whitney Rose's time on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City progressed, her relationships with castmates became as dramatic as her business struggles. Once the cheerful newcomer, she increasingly became entangled in feuds, shifting alliances, and on-camera betrayals. Her conflicts with Lisa Barlow, a recurring storyline, highlighted the growing tension beneath Whitney's polished exterior. Whitney frequently accused Lisa of being manipulative, while Lisa labeled Whitney as two-faced and attention-seeking. Minor disagreements over loyalty, gossip, or business misunderstandings regularly escalated into heated confrontations. Each clash chipped away at the calm, composed image Whitney sought to maintain, revealing a more reactive, volatile side of her personality. Tensions weren't limited to Lisa. Whitney's fallout with Meredith Marks, for example, centered around business disputes and miscommunication. Whitney accused Meredith of dismissiveness and cryptic behavior, while Meredith subtly questioned Whitney's credibility. These confrontations were often meme-worthy and awkward, yet they underscored a larger contradiction. Whitney marketed herself as a woman devoted to healing and authenticity, yet her interactions frequently involved gossip, grudges, and strategic conflict that suggested performance rather than spontaneity. Critics argued that the drama was manufactured for screen time, a cardinal sin in reality television, where authenticity sells the narrative. One of the most significant strains came with her relationship with Heather Gay. Initially, Whitney and Heather shared a genuine bond as ex-Mormon friends navigating newfound freedom and fame together. But ego, editing, and external pressures transformed their sisterhood into rivalry. Accusations of betrayal and manipulation flew both ways, and the friendship collapsed on camera. Whitney's attempts to justify her actions often exacerbated the situation. Her empathetic speeches and apologies, intended to repair relationships, frequently appeared calculated, as though strategically crafted for viewers rather than stemming from genuine remorse. As conflicts intensified, Whitney leaned increasingly on spirituality and wellness. Crystals, sound baths, meditation retreats, and vibrational healing became central to her personal brand. She even changed her name to position herself as a guide for women seeking inner peace. However, critics perceived these practices as performative branding exercises designed to maintain relevance and control narratives. The distinction between genuine self-care and content-driven self-promotion blurred. Social media became saturated with inspirational slogans and glamorous images framed as spiritual guidance. What was intended to convey liberation began to feel manipulative, a reframing of chaos as enlightenment rather than authentic healing. Whitney's openness about family trauma also became a recurring storyline. Her difficult relationship with an addicted father initially garnered sympathy from viewers, yet over time, her vulnerability appeared increasingly exploited by Bravo's editing, by Whitney herself, or both. Heartfelt confessions risked feeling repetitive or staged, blurring the line between personal catharsis and opportunism. What began as authentic disclosure transformed into television currency, leveraging emotional pain to maintain attention when friendships and business ventures faltered. Among the most infamous incidents of her tenure was the sensual bathtub scene with Justin, intended as a playful display of affection. The backlash was severe, with viewers deeming it awkward or inappropriate. Justin lost his corporate job due to the controversy, amplifying financial and emotional stress on the couple. A scene designed to display intimacy instead revealed a willingness to compromise personal stability for entertainment. This moment crystallized a pattern in Whitney's life. Public attention often came at the cost of authenticity and real-world consequences. On social media, Whitney maintains a flawless facade. Luxurious vacations, inspirational captions, and a seemingly perfect family life dominate her feeds. Yet behind the curated images, cracks are visible. Product launches face delays, sales reportedly decline, and partnerships dissolve. Her brand suffers from the disparity between image and reality. Audience trust has eroded. Every triumphant post is met with skepticism, every announcement questioned. The digital Whitney has become a figure disconnected from the woman fans first met, a transformation from relatability to performance. Whitney's story exemplifies a broader Bravo strategy, converting vulnerability into content. Young, attractive, independent women are encouraged to share every detail, yet the line between authenticity and exploitation blurs quickly. Some view Whitney as a victim of editing, molded into drama for ratings. Others believe she consciously fed the machine that created her fame. Either way, the result is the same. The real Whitney Rose is overshadowed by the version constructed for television. Empowerment becomes spectacle, and personal triumphs and struggles are measured by their entertainment value rather than substance. Ultimately, Whitney Rose's journey is a cautionary tale about the price of fame and ambition. From rebellion and personal reinvention to business ventures, public feuds, and performative spirituality, her life illustrates the tension between image and reality. The woman who once sought to empower others now embodies the emptiness of influencer culture, where appearance often outweighs truth, and monetizing emotion becomes the primary metric of success. Her rise and fall underscore the perils of building an empire on celebrity first, products second, and trust last. While Whitney still holds the titles of businesswoman and reality star, they are now accompanied by question marks. Her story has shifted from a highlight reel of success to a warning about the cost of ambition. Fame amplifies both power and failure. When a business is public, every collapse is global. Whitney Rose entered the Bravo franchise promising empowerment, luxury, and transformation. Today, her legacy is a complicated tapestry of ambition, missteps, and cautionary lessons. A reminder that in the world of reality television, image can be both currency and trap, and authenticity is easily lost under the weight of expectation.